you see how we put it out. The same bride price is the reason why a lot of times when you hear of domestic violence, the woman can't stand up and go. And even when she does leave, her family tell her, go back
to your
because
husband.
we already collected your bride price and we're not returning it. So go back to your husband's house. Regardless of how much plummeting she's collecting from that man, regardless of how much beating she has to endure, she has to go back. So
we're talking about the renowned Nigerian novelist Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, sorry. And this woman has given her views about bride price, and I think, some of her views are quite wrong, and it needs, a bit more enlightenment.
I feel that we really need to rethink the way that marriages are done. Because, and it's dangerous on so many levels, and many men who think, after all I paid so thousand, it belongs to me. Right, so if I decide that she should stop working, even though she wants, she should stop. Right, so I find it really, while at the same time, of course, I mean, people often use culture to justify everything. But when people say culture, I think that there's so many things that can change in our culture, that things we can still change. So that's kind of my, I'm not a fan of bride price. Actually, I have to tell you that,
so I'm going to tell you what's wrong with that. Now, for a man to now spend a huge amount of money just to get married to you, not even married, just to pay your bride price. Now, after he's married you, you would hear of instances like the one I'm about to tell you now, of a man who connived with his doctor to take a woman's womb out.
Now, if people truly believes the bride price, or the idea of paying bride price, or the amount, not even the idea anyway, the amount, that people pay for your bride price is what gives them the license to abuse you, then I think people have lost the plot. They have lost the plot big time. Okay. If somebody is abusive, if a man is abusive, it has nothing to do with whether they paid a huge bride price for you or not. Look, they could get you for free and it still won't change a thing. How many men in the Western world pay bride price for their wives? And how many of them are abusive to their wives? Can we talk even about, Henry the Fourth? Can we talk about how many, look, Halle Berry. Halle Berry claims that, she was abused by her husband or ex-husband, whichever way you're going to look at it. Did anybody go and pay a bride price for it? How many women have accused their husbands in the West of, being abusive or being in an abusive relationship? All you have to do is turn up to Jeremy Carr's show or turn up to any of these talk shows, even Oprah Winfrey's show, and you will find at least enough women that will turn up on these shows and claim they've been abused. Hell, some of these people kill their wives. What I'm trying to say is this, right? An abusive person, an abusive man, is abusive regardless of what they pay for you or not pay for you. People beat up their wives. People beat up their girlfriend. They haven't paid for them. If you're in a relationship with somebody, like a boyfriend, girlfriend, they haven't gone to your parents to pay anything. But how many of them still get beaten up? So the notion that, because somebody paid a bride price for you, therefore they have a license, it's a weak excuse. Now, do these men use that as an excuse, the fact that they paid a bride price for you to kind of justify the abuse that they do to some women? Of course. But that don't make it right. It's like, how many parents abuse their children? Physically, emotionally. How many parents say, because it's my daughter, because it's my son, even when your son, when you are like 25, 30, let's keep it up. Let's keep it in as an African thing. How many times do we hear parents saying, you can't marry that one? You can marry that woman or that man, even when you're 30. Because I don't like the tribe that the woman comes from, or I don't like the tribe that the man comes from. I don't like the kind of family he's from. I don't like his educational background. I don't like this, I don't like that. So what different does it mean that we go tell people that you can have children because you be abusive to their children, or because some people have justified the abuse of their children and the denial of their children's rights by claiming that they are the parent, therefore we say everybody can have children? Is that what it's turned out to be now? I mean, again, listening to this view on the ABS show anyway.
Renew some of the things that were practiced back in the days.
Yeah, I
because
really,
this is sending the wrong message to our girls. It goes back to self-worth, right? Like how do you stay in a marriage when your husband is doing all of these bad things to you, but you cannot leave because of your bride price?
That is that you see
know
what
I
you just
mean?
said.
Yeah.
You see how we put it out. The same bride price is the reason why a lot of times when you hear of domestic violence, the woman can't stand up and go, and even when she does leave, her family tell her go back
to your
because
husband.
we already collected your bride price and we're not returning it. So go back to your husband's house, regardless of how much plummeting she's collecting from that man.
Yeah.
Regardless of how much beating he has to endure, she has to go back. So
now, I'm not going to challenge this woman on this, right? But I will say this. Where I come from, okay, I cannot, in my mind, I've never heard of this, where you would abuse somebody's child. And I'm talking about, to the point that you go remove their womb and whatnot. And then you beat them up. And then they go back home, or they try to go to their parents when they could see all the physical damages that you've caused, and they go, well, go back simply because, we've taken your bride price. Again, I'm not trying to call her a liar, but I find it very difficult to believe. I find it very hard to believe that. What I know of is when you have issues, it could be that the man is cheating or whatever it is, most families are not readily supportive of a divorce or a dissolution of a marriage. So they might try to talk to the two of you. And that works both ways anyway. A man could be unhappy with their marriage for whatever reason. And most families will try to find ways to make this thing work rather than dissolve the marriage. Now, does that mean at times physical abuse is I wouldn't say overlooked, because the man still get talked to, and the man still, get to know that whatever they did is wrong, and therefore they shouldn't be doing it again. And let me tell you this, again, I come from Ghana, and if you beat up somebody, a girl especially, and the girl got brothers, that can whoop your ass. Oh, you better believe that his brother or her brother will be coming to you, and that you'll be getting some, you'll be receiving some slaps. You'll be knowing that you've been messing with the wrong girl. Most families won't tolerate abuse anyway. Now, majority of the families that might, keyword might, and I'm putting in a huge quote anyway, might tolerate these nonsense. It's usually families that might not have, something. And then the man maybe looks after the family. Therefore, because of the idea that the man gives them something, the man maybe be paying for their lives. Therefore, makes them turn the other cheek. That don't mean they don't know you're abusing their daughter, and that don't mean it's because of the bride price that you get away with it. It just means the other thing that you provide for the family is making them overlook your shortcoming. I don't like it when we use people use certain excuses to abuse their power or their positions, and then we tag the actual position as a problem rather than the person. It's the people that are the problem. Okay. Again, Look, I know for most cultures, if you abuse the woman, the family can come and take the woman away. I hear it quite a lot. Where the woman will be like, I can't marry again. And then they'll be like, yeah, here's your drink or whatever it is. Here, we're taking our daughter back. And there are times that even if you want to take your wife back after, you've abused her, the compensation you have to pay will let you know that you messed up. Okay. So please, people, at times you have to be objective about the way we talk about some of these things. And we should not let, the notion of people's abuse of something make us condemn that particular thing. It's the people that abuses it. Okay. The fact that somebody got drunk and, got into a car, drove it and got into an accident, doesn't mean the car is the problem. It means the person that was drunk is the problem. So all I'm trying to say is bride price is not the problem. The problem is actually the person that abuses people and hide behind the idea of I paid a bride price. Because if bride price was truly the problem, then boyfriends, won't be abusing girlfriends. It won't be the female abuse won't be an issue in Western cultures where the idea of bride price doesn't exist. And most importantly, right, a lot of women that are in abusive relationships would have left. Because nowadays most women, are actually paying part of their own bride price. I know a couple. So if you didn't fully pay for her bride price, then what's the point? Then you have nothing over her. Anyway, let me know below in the comment section what you think. If you agree with the fact that bride price is the reason why men abuse women, especially in back home in Africa, or these men are just abusive and they're just hiding behind the idea of the bride price, and therefore, regardless of whether these things exist or not, these men will continue to be abusive. Thanks for watching.